So I wanted to share with you. You said that in the couples app that you really felt close to me when I talked about my dad, Randy. So I thought I'd share a few more things about him. Just some of the things that I keep that are his that really mean a lot to me. The first thing is this coat here. This coat, it needs some work. You can see some of the seams are ripping. I've had it repaired a few times already. It's just really old at this point. It is Randy's basically high school jacket. And so it is from the 1970s, and it's got very much that 1970s suede leather and gold lining. And this is actually the lining that I had done years later. When I first inherited this coat, I had the lining redone, and even this lining, you can see, is now starting to come apart and shred in places. And so I need to have it redone again. But yeah, the original lining was this kind of gold color, and so I had them keep the same lining. I wanted to really be original as much as I could. And then this here is the suit that Randy actually wore when him and my mom got married. And it actually fits me, and I've actually worn it a number of times. And so I will still wear it when I want to dress up nicely. We were similar body size, at least now that I'm older. And I'm a little heavier than I was when I was a kid. And so these suspenders actually have buttons that go into the suit. And the pants and the coat match. And then we have my box of keepsakes. So I don't go through this box very often because it can be a lot to process. But this is all of Randy's stuff, or at least some of it. So I have all of his yearbooks, I think going all the way back to junior high. And then I have a lot of pictures. And some of them, I don't even know who the people are. This one is definitely Randy, his dad, and my little sister. And I believe they're at the grave of either Randy's mom or Randy's sister. Because I know his sister passed sometime in the 90s, like mid-90s. Matter of fact, there's some stuff in here about her funeral. So it was like 1994 or something. So that's probably what this is from. But there are a lot of pictures of my little sister, Christina, and some pictures of like Randy when he was young, and that's probably his sister in the background there. I actually never met his sister. I don't know her. I don't know the full story of how she passed young or what the issue was. I believe that she might have struggled with alcoholism, but I know I've heard that. But anyway, this is Randy as a little kid, and if I read this right, that should be him right there. And same thing with this. This is like from elementary, and if I read it right once again, that should be him right there. And I have lots of photo albums, and like I said, some of them are Randy when he was pretty young, obviously from the 60s and the 70s. There's a good picture of Randy. He always had that like 1970s cop stash. He had that like forever. And he had a bit of a receding hairline. So you can see in some of the pictures here, but he would keep it long and kind of comb it over. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff here. Some of this stuff I definitely need to go through and ask my mom what it is and why I have it. Because some of it, I'm not sure. Like, I've got these folders that look like notes from some church seminar or something that maybe my mom and Randy attended together or something. It's got notes about, the Bible and stuff. Lots and lots of pictures that aren't in a photo album. So definitely some of this stuff I know my little sister would probably want. I know she has some stuff, but I don't know what all she has. She definitely doesn't have his yearbooks because I have them all. So at some point I need to contact her and see if she would want any of this stuff. But I know for now it might be easier for me to store a lot of it because I just tend to keep good track of stuff and keep stuff forever. So yeah, this is all of his stuff. I really like this picture. This is Randy, and that's his first wife, which was Christina's mother. And there's little baby Christina. So he was always smiling, always had that big like 1970s cop stash, porn stash going on. And he was just kind of a happy-go-lucky guy, had a pretty positive attitude. I mean, he had his moments, everybody does, where you get a little angry or whatever, but he was mostly just this very honest, nice, optimistic, hardworking, just amazing person. And, I'm really glad I got to have him in my life, even if it was only for a few years. I don't know who I would have been, how I would have turned out with the trauma that I went through as a kid, and just how different I would be if it hadn't been for his influence in my life. But it's a lot to go through this box. It brings up a lot of heavy emotions. And I could definitely spend hours just going through these pictures and looking at him and just remembering who he was and what he meant to me. So I'm going to put some of this stuff back, but I just thought I'd share that with you, that I went through this a bit. All right. Talk to you later, babe. Bye.